Fuck off, dude. Just pick up your camera and take some fucking photos. What do I do? What do I do? Well, turn on your camera, focus it, point it somewhere, push the button. I know. It was time. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Peter McKinnon here with another video. I feel like we just jumped back to 2018. When was the last time I had short hair on this channel? Pre-COVID. That was the fourth time I've grown it completely out and chopped it off entirely. But I think that might be it. I feel like I need to be a little more, I'm feeling more refined as I age. Kind of just hit me. I'm old. I'm an old YouTuber. Sick. It's like when my hair's gone, my video making skills have gone. Like my flow is gone. Q&A. I haven't done a Q&A in a hot minute, and I've always loved doing Q&A because I feel like it's a moment where it feels collaborative and I get to actually interact with the people that give me their time. That's you. And it was the first time that we did it on Threads. 530 responses. And should we just jump straight in, like get some funky music going and just hit these with like fast pace so that like we can get through as many as possible? No, I don't like that track. Yeah, almost. Nailed it. Ugh. First up, John Simo, friend of mine. Did you ever have a mentor growing up? Someone to show you the ropes as a creator? And if not, are you entirely self-taught? No, never had a mentor growing up. I would say I have more of a mentorship from several people now than I did when I started. I cite Matt Barnes all the time in my videos because he inspires me a lot and we're friends, but he teaches me every time we're together, taking me to art galleries, being in his space, watching him work, his opinions, shooting his portrait. I've learned more from him than most, probably ever. In such a short period of time too. Big Bo Brown, another friend of mine. What's the first photo you've ever taken on a camera phone? First camera roll picture. P.S. I miss you, love you, bye. I miss you and love you too. I do have it, and I do remember it. It was of my golden retriever, Bauer, who passed away last year, and I'm still very sad about it. He was the first picture I put on Instagram. Miss that guy. Go pics. Would you ever consider moving from Canon to another brand? I mean, I shoot Leica as much as I shoot Canon. And now that I've been shooting film, there's a ton of other brands that I'm shooting. Adrian Hetman, how choosing a subject to photograph has changed for you coming from digital photography to film? My mindset when I was shooting digital was always very, very large in the sense that like I felt like I always had to shoot something epic, a huge mountainscape, something just awe-inspiring. Every post had to kind of one up the last post, and that's kind of was always my mentality with digital photography. I would say film has like reset that mindset and seeing the beauty in things that I walk by every single day. Like a simple peach sitting on a counter in good light will look incredible. Tony B Photography says, when will the Red Bull Eclipse video come out? That is the bucket shot too. You know what? I'll show you a teaser. I think over the years, I start to doubt my skills and doubt my ability when it comes to high pressure projects. At the end of this video, if you make it, the real Rem, how do you juggle so many businesses and keep a strict 9-to-5 schedule? It's kind of just a mess. You just juggle it as best as you can. I don't think there's a recipe for it. You just do. It's not always pretty. I don't always have it together. You just do the best with what you have, be grateful, wake up and go. Anais, what was the most insightful advice someone gave you on your journey to becoming a photographer that resonates with you until today? You know, I'm gonna cite Matt Barnes in this thing so many times. I was told this last year. I wish I was actually told this years ago because it was great, but he told me, I have no interest in taking photos. I want to make photos. That was amazing. I loved hearing that. That's how I feel. I couldn't put it into words. Crafting a portrait or putting something together. It's a story, it's a design, it's a character. There's been wardrobe, location, there's been thought and time put into making a photograph to make it so unique and special and do something versus just taking photos all the time. I love taking photos too, but making photos is totally different. Here's a photo I made. Here's a photo I took. You can see the difference. They're not bad. One's not necessarily better than the other. Harry Lee 193, who got you inspired with the realm of film photography and taking your craft in a different direction? Joe Greer. Go look him up. His outlook and philosophy on photography is unmatched. Just seeing his passion for shooting fired me up and it got me thinking, I don't think I feel that way about photography like he obviously feels. How do I feel that? He was a big part of bringing that spark back for me. Kaleidoscope says top 3 photography trends that give you the ick right now. I wouldn't say there's any trends that make me ugh. I really don't care. If you're doing something and it's working for you and you're having fun, that's amazing. I think copying people's work, that sucks. That gives me the ick. Do better. Don't ride the wave. Be the boat that makes the wave. Ian Red Fox says, where's the Angels and Airwaves film? I actually just saw a cut of it and it's hilarious. I have a little edit bay over there. It's the Angels and Airwaves edit bay. That's its only purpose. Chris Cherry Kool-Aid says, you have only one camera to use for the rest of your career. Leica MP, 35mm film. Matt Uhess, for an inspiring YouTuber with 10,000 subs. Sick, congrats. What's your recommendation to build the channel further? Would you ever teach a class? I would do a course, teach a class. If it happens, it happens. I don't have much interest in being like, buy my course to get YouTube subs. Guaranteed or money back. I mean, my course is my channel. Come here and it's all free anyway. That's exactly my advice. Value, provide value. My channel took off and started doing well when I provided value, and I just decided like, well, I'm just gonna give away everything I know to help somebody, and it worked. Dat Captain says, are you gonna do a PM edits your photos type of video again? I don't know. If you wanna see it, let me know in the comments below. I'll go through them. If I see a resounding yes to that, I'll think about it. BMC Media says, in your 1 year plus of shooting film, what are your top 3 favorite images and what are the stories behind them? We've already talked about Matt Barnes a few times. This shot is my favorite shot from the whole year of shooting film. I came to do his portrait. I forgot a tripod. I didn't bring a light. I used his tripod. That kitchen was actually very dark, so we used an off-camera strobe to light it up to make it look like morning. We burned a bunch of toast in a frying pan on the stove to give a bit of like atmosphere to the photo. We walked down the street and borrowed some chickens from his friend that just happened to have some. He refused to even be shot on my digital camera because I wanted to do a safety photo. I was like, can we just shoot one digitally so that I have it in case I messed up this roll? And he was like, no, you gotta commit. You gotta learn the hard way, man. If these don't turn out, then you know you wasted our afternoon and you learned the hard way. You won't make that mistake again. And I loved that lesson. I love that photo. There was obviously plenty more, and there are so many more stories, and those will be in the photo book. What's in your pockets? Benchmade 940. I have been using this knife since January. I had a silver version. I still use that. I call it light mode and dark mode, but it's the same model knife. I haven't used the knife this long in like ever. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I've got my phone with a pink case because I put it down all the time and it's very moody in this office and I can never find it. And then just my keys, man. I got this little James carabiner and then I got this little Olight that magnetizes off and turns on right away. And then it shuts off when it goes back on. That's, I guess, me fired right up. Keeping it light. Summertime, not a whole lot. Favorite Pete's Pirate Life item you've dropped? Ooh, the hot sauce is sick. Maybe the axes, maybe the camp axes we made. They're just so beautiful. And there's a thing coming that I'm excited to see. I haven't seen it yet though, so I don't know if it'll be my favorite. I could very well look at it and be like, no, it's not. You got to redo it. But if it hits the way I hope it will hit, it might be that. Johnny Hotchesteller. Johnny says, absolute favorite part of the new office. Oh, that's like the hardest question right now, dude. It continues to evolve. You're probably seeing things you didn't even see in the studio tour because it's basically entirely different. That's just how I roll. Deal with it. I got a workshop in the back now that I think is my favorite spot. At 3:45, the light comes right in and it just glows and it's like it calls me to the back shop and I just go in there. I just hang. I just exist. And then the light goes away and I leave. Kirk actually has his own office now. He's got like a full-on crow's nest, his own spot. We might want to do a studio tour if he'll let us. Can we visit James Coffee again? I could. What's your go-to medium format camera that's light? Mamiya 7 II. Will we ever see more Kirk? No. How many NDAs do you have active right now? That's like 17. You ever thought about doing a free dive? Ha, no chance. Will there be another PM challenge coming anytime soon? Ooh, that would be fun. Are you going to release any more PM products? So buckle up. Do you ever be interested in shooting sports like NFL football? No. Would we ever see a PM watch collection video? No. Mark, Tom, or Travis? Tom, obviously. Still using the Q3? I am. What's your favorite tattoo? Probably the lion. What's your take on the current state of YouTube? Lots of YouTubers quitting. As long as I'm having fun, I'm gonna keep going. What is your opinion about Fujifilm's film simulator? Very, very cool. Any interest in the digital Leica M's? Yeah, I shoot on an M11. It's in my bag right now. If you had to pick between 35mm and 120, probably 35. Cheaper, I can shoot more often. Would love to see you on Hot Ones. I don't know why they'd ever want me on Hot Ones, but if they did, I would Happily oblige. I would destroy Hot Ones. Any chance Kirk could come on my awesome editing show? No. Favorite turquoise piece you own? It's not out yet, but you'll see it soon. What's your favorite film stock? Portra 800. Are you still using DaVinci instead of Premiere? Kirk uses DaVinci, I use Premiere. What apps do you use for photography? Lightroom. What's your favorite watch? Nope, too hard. What advice would you give to your younger self? Buy some Bitcoin. Tell us all you know about the new Canon cameras coming out. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I don't know where I'll be in 10 minutes. All right, before we get to the rest of the questions, this video is sponsored by this guy. I don't know if you know this. I'm hoping you do. If you don't know this, I've probably done a horrible job. I've got my own line of camera bags with Nomatic. We've had them 4 years now. One of my favorite instances, shooting in Paris, a guy walks by rocking the Peter McKinnon sling. I say to him, dude, sick sling, man. He looks at me and goes, thanks. It's made by this company called Nomatic. Proceeds to give me a full demo of this camera sling. Camera goes in. You don't even have to zip it closed, dude. It has this little closure. Super handy, dude. Company called Nomatic. You should check them out. I said, I'll do that. But honestly, being at a Formula One race and seeing my backpacks on your backs, walking through airports and seeing them, the fact that someone can be in Thailand and need a camera bag and go to a camera store and my bag is there makes zero sense to me. Unreal. And we just released a colorful, lightweight, fresh new lineup of bags called the Luma Collection. We got some new slings. Put magnets on my filters, I put magnets on my bags. Bigger sling, more magnets. A lot can fit in this. This colorway seems to be the most popular, burnt orange, rust. And if you like that color, you can get it in the backpack too. Look how slim that is. That could just be a regular backpack. It doesn't scream, I am a camera bag filled with gear. I would encourage you to head over to nomatic.com to check out how all the different layouts work. They've got a ton of great photos showing you how to store and stack your gear in these bags. But if this isn't enough space for you, then you can rock the 25 liter. And right now for the entire month of June, you can save 25% off this bag by entering code Peter25 at checkout. That's for the whole month. This is the beefier version. This is the personal one that I use. It's been soaked, it's taken falls, been on countless flights, and this one has been through the paces. Sand on the desk, dude. That must have been my Arizona bag. So thanks Nomatic and me for sponsoring today's video. Get yourself a new camera bag, gift it, 25% off. Lancelot Clark says, would you ever do another large production type shoot like you did with the Santa thing you did? I think the Red Bull Eclipse project was that. That's the bucket shot too, and that's coming soon. Have you ever wanted to leave the photography realm and full dive into cinematography? No. I'd rather be in a movie than make a movie. Miguel Rico Photography says, if you shoot different photography subjects like wildlife, cars, whatever, is it better to split those into separate IG accounts or keep it all under one account? I don't know. I don't know these days. If you figure it out, let me know. I split things up. I say not to split things up, then I do it. I've got Pete's Pirate Life. I've got this. I think you just gotta do whatever feels good to you. It's different for everybody, so I can't really answer that for you because I don't know. Kyle Hunter just dropped like 10 questions in one thread. I'll allow it. Favorite coffee blend right now? Hatch Coffee have a ridiculous Ethiopian that almost made me cry when I tasted my friend Christian make it in pour over. Any new tattoos planned? I have a shared note with Andrew Wilson with about 16 tattoos that I have yet to get. Thoughts on posting and growing on Instagram lately? Probably posting videos or reels. Seems to be what they like. If you could give young Pete a piece of photography advice from the future, what would it be? Don't read the comments. How are the trucks? Running well. I'm actually selling the Chevy, but Walt is chef's kiss. Bucket Shot 2, stoke level. The highest stoke it could be. It's a lot of pressure making a sequel to like a fan favorite. One of my favorites. I firmly believe we did it justice. I think it's the best video we've made in years. How's tattooing practice? Jacob Wagler, what's one thing you haven't had the chance to photograph that you hope to get the opportunity to shoot? Kiefer Sutherland. Grigan, do you think AI is going to take over the photo video industry, and is it a positive or negative? I think in ways it will, and I think in ways it's both, positive and negative. That's kind of a nothing answer, but I guess we'll see. Leo Will Go says, do you feel that nowadays you're drifting apart from the filmmaker and being more of a photographer? Or has this always been the case? It's always been the case. I've always been a photographer first, like video maker second. I've loved to make videos my whole life and always have, but photography is my real go-to passion. The bike racer. How many hours a week do you work? Do you ever edit any videos, or is it all Kirk? We work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Kirk makes 90% of the videos. It's only recently that I've started editing some of them. If he's working on something and I want to get started on something else, I'll start the edit. Teamwork. Mate Tyndall? Why did the Peter McKinnon silently loading film cameras video disappear from YouTube? I made a mistake on it and I didn't feel like re-uploading it, but the mistake bothered me to the point I just deleted it. Developing.tank says you have a pretty impressive stack of photo books these days. As an avid collector myself, I'm curious which you like the most and which have had the biggest impact on your work. Recently, I would say the Jeff Bridges books, Pictures, Volume 1 and 2, with his wide lux have inspired me so much. It's just such a cool perspective from being backstage and on movie sets and being able to shoot things that normal people don't have access to shoot because of all like the set dressing and locations. Those have really been hitting it for me recently. I have a good little stack going, you're right. But that's probably a full video. I'm seeing a lot of these, like, what is your favorite studio item? Can you choose one? See that? Just a little Swiss Army knife. That's not cool. We've seen those forever. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a Secret Service Swiss Army knife from a Secret Service agent himself? I think you can get these in like a Secret Service gift shop in Washington, but he sent it to me. I got it sent from the guy who probably got it from the gift shop, but it came from the guy. So it matters. I was coined to prove it. Maybe I should have led with this. Stories Media says, huge love for you, man. You are the reason why I'm now a videographer and photographer. No disrespect. Will we ever see Peter McKinnon's teaching anymore on YouTube, or is that a phase of the past? I don't know. It's not a decision. I will never teach again. It's just, I taught most of the things that I know. And if I come up with a new technique or I'm doing something in videos that seems interesting and I'm seeing people ask about it and they want to learn, I'm happy to teach that. Absolutely. I feel like I've got a skill in teaching. I love teaching and I love sharing, but I don't necessarily feel the need to go through all the basics and all those things anymore because I spent 2017, 18, 19, even part of 20 doing just that. So now I feel like we're moving into like a different phase of Peter McKinnon videos. And maybe that's a phase of exploration. Maybe that's a phase of inspiration. Maybe it's a phase of who knows what's yet to come. I don't even know that. I just know I love making videos. I love photography, and I'm going to slam those things together and keep seeing where it takes us. Nick McCord says, will you be releasing another preset pack? Yes, I've had a V5 pack ready for like a year and a half. I just didn't want to release it while I was shooting film only because it just felt disingenuous. But now that I'm back to shooting digital photos on my M11 and my Canon, I will be releasing another preset pack. Megan Gonzalez says, what makes you genuinely happy these days? Shooting film. Freaking love it. And rearranging my office, just moving shit around like everywhere all the time. It's just like every time someone comes in here, I want them to like to get angry, like stop moving things. I'm like, I can't. It brings me joy. USA says, are 2-Minute Tuesdays officially RIP? My question to you is, was there ever really a 2-Minute Tuesday? 1993_AM says, would you say you have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish in terms of photography? Yeah, totally. But there's always more. Nava says, what's your system to create and keep track of ideas for creating content? I do have a system. That's a full video. I do have like a notes system for that. I write notes. How do you keep feeding your inner fire? Yeah, I don't know. Alcohol? Just kidding. Max Media, any plans to travel to Australia? No. Shane Martin Photo says, you lost your hand. If you have... It's hard to make videos when Kirk is on the other side of this camera. It's been easy without him. Harness the long hair. Shane Martin Photo says, you lost your hand. If you had a camera for a hand, what camera would you choose? I'd rather have my hand. Marco Blank Photo says, what do you think about people imitating your style? Well, we all make choices. Have you ever considered doing 1 year of cellulography, as in 1 full year of making still photos only using a cell phone camera you have in your pocket? Jarmo Photo, what got you into photography in the first place? Tried to return a camera my sister bought me and I was past the return date, so I was forced to keep it. Braden Frazier, do you ever miss your OG home office? Of course, dude, that's where it all started. That's pure nostalgia. How could you not miss that? I like this office better. I've liked every office I've been in better, but you've always got that appreciation and love for where you started. Stajers, what do you like most about your new studio so far? Do you feel like that is important to work in places that you like and feel comfortable? Absolutely important. That's why I change it around all the time. If I'm not feeling it, it's got to change. If it's not doing what I need it to do, it's got to change somehow. And that's just how I am. Okay, I might need to make a part 2 to that. Part 3, part 4. Thank you for all of the questions. That was way more than I thought anyone would ever ask. I appreciate you. That's amazing. I hope some of those got answered. I hope that was fun to watch. So, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content, photo-related goodness. Lots of things on the horizon, lots of NDAs. Thanks again to Nomatic and me for sponsoring this video. Hit the like button if you like this video, drop a comment, and I will see you in the next one. You've got an eclipse happening, which requires its own special equipment to shoot. There's solar filters, NDs. There are dedicated websites and specialists on how to actually capture these types of events. I've never shot an eclipse.
I didn't think that this was even gonna happen, but the further we got in the project, I started to realize how crazy this whole idea was.
See you in the next video.
Oh, wait, that didn't work.
We'll see you in the next video. And we'll see you in the next video.